You'll need my assistance.
Why is that?
In case of clues of a biblical nature.
A false witness shall not be unpunished.
I'll get you for this, Judith Bunyan.
Where's the body?
With him dead and me with the money.
You'd be the main suspect. I think we can rule out natural causes.
So, do you recognise this?
Where the blazes did you find that?
The police have enough evidence to convict you twice over.
But why, when he was thrown out of the window, are the 3 tools of death? Rope, knife, no.
You absolve sins, I collect debts. That's what I do, mate.
Mr. Royce, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
Your number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
A special happy birthday going out to Ashley Smith. That's coming in from Valerie here in the North. And that is going to do it for us here on Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight. Coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Right now at 11, a centuries-old art form takes a pink twist this October. More training on the way for ambulance drivers. But first, the management team for the upcoming Junkanoo Parade is officially named. The day's top stories on the way this late night, Friday, October 10th, 2025. And good evening. We're glad to have you join us this late night. I'm Corval Pyfrom. The dispute between the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence is heating up, and a 7-day ultimatum is now leading to a deep dive as the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bolag, says recent statements by the JCNP led to something unexpected. Starting us off here at 11, Cleopatra Murphy.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bolag, intends to order an audit into the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence amid recent claims that government's decision to strip it of its management duties of the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Junkanoo parades will cost it nearly $1 million in loss and damages. The JCNP cites losses of up to $747,000. Among that number, $355,000 in unpaid sponsorship fees from Alive, $335,000 from Commonwealth Brewery, and $57,000 it says it spent to upgrade the Junkanoo scoring system. Claims Minister Bolag says prompted him to investigate and then led to some revelations.
I will be calling for an audit of the JCNP. Presently, the government has an obligation to do business with people who are in compliance. At this present moment, the JCNP doesn't even have an updated business license as a corporation. And that ain't for 1 year or 2 years. That's for a couple years. I will leave that right there.
Minister Bolag insists that this and the decision to remove management responsibilities from the JCNP to the National Junkanoo Committee is not because government has something against the JCNP. He also delivered this emphatic statement on the JCNP's October 6th letter to government, which appealed for it to reverse its course within 7 days, or the JCNP would host a private parade to avoid breach of contract with sponsors and work with the ministry on seating, security, and logistics.
There will be no parade that will be sponsored by the government of the Bahamas that will be private unless it's a national parade. There will be no parade held in New Providence that will conflict with any national parade held on the Family Islands. All right, so if there is a parade on the Family Island, if it's in Andros, there will be no parade held privately here in New Providence. If it's in Eleuthera, if it's in Grand Bahama, we will not support any private parade that will compete with our national parades throughout the length and breadth of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
The minister says government is acting in the interest of Junkanooers, who in a poll voted 19-2 to be managed by the National Junkanoo Committee, a claim the JCNP disputed, noting that it has major group support. Minister Boleg, though, says all groups will rush in the national parade and that they are contractually obligated, having signed for seed funding.
I've met with every one of them, and I assure you, they will be on Bay Street.
Minister Boleg also addressed criticism from the JCNP over what it claims is bias and disregard shown to the Junkanoo community after it says it was denied permission to host a unified Junkanoo practice at the Sports Center, despite signing a contract with the National Sports Authority and paying in full. Boleg says it conflicts with the National Youth March that begins at 2 p.m. Sunday.
I don't intend to have any adults or any alcohol or anything being held on these premises around these young people. Anything can happen. It will have to happen after they would have come, complete, and leave.
At the end of the day, Boleg says he expects all major sponsors will be on board and all Junkanoo groups will be on Bay Street for the National Junkanoo Parades. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
All right, Cleo, we can also tell you here at 11 that our news team spoke with JCNP Public Relations Officer John Williams, who confirmed that contrary to Minister Boleg's claims, the JCNP has a current business license and has also produced evidence to support it. Other news here tonight, while still mum on the next official general election date, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis says he's pleased with the Progressive Liberal Party's candidate selection process now underway. His comments come as several candidates vying for the party's nomination appeared before the Candidate Selection Committee at the PLP's headquarters yesterday. The PLP leader confirming that 8 candidates were interviewed yesterday. He feels that the caliber of candidates stepping forward bodes well for the party's future.
It says that we have regained the trust and confidence of the Bahamian people. People are anxious to be a part of us. I welcome it. And it tells us that our democracy is still alive and well.
Meantime, Opposition Leader Michael Pintard not backing down from his call for the Prime Minister to head straight into a general election rather than focus on the seat left vacant in the Golden Isles constituency following the September 28th death of Cabinet Minister Vaughan Miller. As for the Free National Movement's decision to contest the Golden Isles seat, Mr. Pintard says his party stands ready whenever an election is called.
We already have a candidate, so I find it interesting when people ask me, what do you all intend to do in the by-election? Well, we have a candidate. Go ask the Prime Minister what he can do.
The statements made is that, well, you are pushing for a general election when you have not even ratified yourself.
Nor has the PLP. You should ask him, when is he going to ratify his candidates? Right. There are 4 candidates being advertised there. They are pursuing a new candidate in Southern Shores. They're pursuing a new candidate in Fort Charlotte. So I want the media to also ask the Prime Minister when will he ratify his candidate. Don't worry about us in Golden Isles. We have a candidate who's been there for 9+ years.
Students interested in powering up energy nationwide learned more about the sector during a Young Energy Leaders Forum this morning. Fern Carey tells us tonight that the future energy leaders are giving their input on the sustainability of the country's energy sector.
The country's future leaders diving deeper into issues that will shape the country's energy sector. Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis noted that it is important that young people are sensitized and engaged in combating climate change.
We are ready to take on the challenges that once intimidated us. We are ready to see opportunity where others saw limits. We are ready to think differently about how we grow, how we protect, and how we build. That belief comes from what I have seen in classrooms, in communities, and in the quiet determination of young people across our islands while finding their own way.
Energy Minister, the Honourable JoBeth Colby Davis, highlighted initiatives underway to modernize the country's aging energy infrastructure. However, she noted that there is still a lot more work to be done.
Create community renewable energy initiatives. Start in your neighborhoods and your schools. Organize solar demonstrations or conservation campaigns. And the last one I have, hold us accountable to our renewable energy targets.
Principal of Solar Solutions Company, NT Corporation Limited, Owen Bethel, also emphasized the importance of engaging young people on issues that will impact their generation and beyond.
For some of you, concern for the environment, climate change, energy security, adaptation and resilience are already issues which you are passionate about. For others, today will be your first day venturing deeper into these issues. However, at the end of the day, it is our hope that you will leave here energized to learn and do more.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
We reported on an apparent suicide yesterday, and it serves as a humbling reminder for more public-private partnerships to assist those facing social issues. We get more tonight from our Lloyd Allen.
It's an effort to place advocates within communities, impacting people on putting a dent in domestic violence and other social ills. Urban Renewal Authority co-chair Diana Francis says various inroads are being made.
It has been an amazing opportunity. Urban Renewal is all about partnership. One of the things that our office has been mandated to do is to establish key partnerships with civil society and also with persons and organizations out there.
The Church of God of Prophecy has been a key player in strengthening positive bonds with the Urban Renewal Authority and its outreach initiatives.
As people of faith, we affirm that every person bears the image of God and is worthy of dignity, safety, and love. Violence in the home violates that sacred trust and wounds the very heart of community.
The domestic violence workshop culminating with a strong charge coming in from Minister the Honorable Keith Bell and the Honorable Lisa Ramming.
When the church, the state, and the community shoulder to shoulder, we form a very powerful front. One that can bring healing, one that definitely brings hope, and renews families' values across the Bahamas.
Don't downplay anything that you've learned. Why did I say that? The Tribune, January 25th, 2022. Lady Sharon Wilson, who's the former chairwoman of the Links Incorporated Nassau chapter, espoused, break the silence. You must not fear speaking out, speaking to someone who can help.
Social Services Minister the Honorable Miles LaRota also sharing on advances to strengthen families supported by his ministry.
Last year, we launched our Stronger Families campaign with the Christian Council to touch on various aspects of family life and other efforts to continue. Tonight, as I join you in celebrating the close of your workshop, I encourage participants to share what you have learned with others, promoting awareness and consciousness.
Dr. Sandra Dane Patterson of the Crisis Center, who stands as a domestic violence advocate, also reinforcing the idea of partnership.
This powerful partnership between, and I want to congratulate you, Minister Bell, Minister Ramming, for this initiative. It's a very powerful initiative. And it is the only way that we're going to do it.
According to officials, this certification, while targeting domestic violence intervention, also provides participants with tools on conflict resolution, depression management, and community building. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
As we continue here this late night, we'll continue to shine the spotlight on cancer. Corporate Bahamas honoring survivors. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. Stay with us.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new. Signature hot, hot wings. What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken. Those pepper wings.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
Always
C-Man, the one and only, and I want y'all to tune into Entertainment Fridays on Access Now every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Who knows? Your favorite Bahamian artist might end up showing their face. But you gotta watch to find out.
We continue here this late night. The Public Hospitals Authority Academy, established in 2022, generates the country's newest emergency medical technicians and assistants. PHA Managing Director Dr. Abinat Roll says this facility remains one of the PHA's main goals.
One, to be able to identify persons who will become permanent drivers on the Family Island, those persons who are domiciled there, so that we don't have any issues should we need the services. Because one can imagine that you're not going to be using emergency services on the Family Island for 8 hours straight on a shift. And so those persons would be trained, and then they will become full-time employees through the Ministry of Health within the clinic settings.
New technicians in the field are expected to travel to the Family Islands as early as next month. But for now, the PHA looks forward to taking on additional trainees nationwide.
Those persons will be trained locally how to drive the ambulances, to be able to assist the nurse and the physician while they are attending to the patients in the ambulance, as well as we have persons from the Family Islands who are actually in our EMT course now that is scheduled to be completed almost the end of November. If I'm not mistaken, they should be writing their national exams by November 21st.
Well, Porky's gas station partnered with the Sister Breast Cancer Support Group to raise funds for those battling with the disease. For owner Bernard Porky Dorset, this cause hits close to home as his wife, Johnny Ann, is a cancer survivor. She says the support from friends and community groups made all the difference.
Because in the beginning, I thought, you know, when I first got the diagnosis, oh, what's going to happen? Where do I turn? Who do I talk to? And someone suggested, well, you know, call the Cancer Society. They could guide you through it, or call Sister. But before I did that, I realized, well, you know, I have a friend who went through it, and I talked to her. I had two good friends who had gone through it, and I talked to both of them, and they really encouraged me and made me feel a lot more hopeful and less scared.
Good to see she's doing well. The gas station owner announced that $1 from every $50 spent by customers will be donated in addition to a final grand donation. This month, all diesel and gas pumps will be rolled back by 10 cents, and every purchase of $50 also enters customers to win a 65-inch TV at a grand drawing to be held on November 8th. Dorset further advises that early detection saves lives.
And I would like to send the message that, hey, cancer is not a death sentence. I even tell the guys, hey, go to the doctor. You don't feel right? Go to the doctor. You know, that's what the doctor for. Go check him out.
A centuries-old art form is taking a big twist this October. Diane Dorset takes us to Grey Cliff to learn the craft.
This October, we're going pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And today, I'm bringing that spirit to Grey Cliff, where I'm learning the art of batik, a tradition that turns plain fabric into vibrant colors that reflect the culture and creativity of the Bahamas. I met with Merton Thompson, manager at Bahamas Batik, who guided me through the batik making process.
What happens is the wax resists the fabric from getting dyed. And I show you how to print your own fabric, dye your own fabric, and then we remove the wax out of it for you because we use extremely hot water to take out all the wax out of the fabric. Once the wax is being taken out of the fabric, then we put it outside to line dry.
Like Thompson said, the process starts with hot wax, carefully pressed onto cloth. Then comes the dye. The material takes several dips into dye, each layer adding depth and dimension.
My ambition and dream was to continue the process of batik. Batik is originated from Far East, like Taiwan, Indonesia, Malaysia, you name it. They does batik. It's been going on probably for 300 years or more. It made its way over here in the Bahamas by a German lady named Gisela. She was introduced to Rosie Birch, who was the founder of Ambrosian. That's how batik get in the Bahamas.
And after several washes with hot water, the wax is melted away and the design is revealed. Bright, bold, and in this cake, a pink reminder of awareness and a way to honor Breast Cancer Awareness Month. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorsett.
Thank you, Diane. Late Night Sports up next. Amajal Knowles here with a preview.
Mini basketball returning to the Bahamas. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations, excluding the airport and food truck.
Get this straight to our new sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, ASAP.
New sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, quick.
New sales and marketing office in Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor, on my way.
Sales and Marketing Office, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor.
You could have caught a ride with me. We're only a block away from ZNS.
ZNS Sales and Marketing has moved to the 5th floor, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West. For more information, call 502-3800.
Welcome to your TGI of Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Mini basketball is officially back in the country as Ballin' by the Beach officially launched the Island Youth Basketball League last night at the Kendall Geologic Gymnasium. The Mini Basketball League is the brainchild of co-founders Jarrell Mullings and Manny Adderley. The co-ed league is expected to bring more than 600 athletes on board for its inaugural season. The collective vision of the IYBL is to reach every child on every island and not only create a space for basketball development, but also character development as well.
I love this. I think this is something that was missing for a very long time in the development of basketball in this country. Where time after time we were inconsistent with the mini basketball league, and I say hats off to Jarrell Mullings and her team. I see, you got Marvin Henfield here, and you got a lot of persons who've been around playing basketball, Maniati. Those who are Spurgeon Johnson, all of those who are giving a hand to help back to develop our young mini basketball players?
First and foremost, we thank the parents who support this initiative. This has been long waited for, and I think that we have some of the best coaches and minds in the business that can give back to these kids. So tonight is really just trying to understand these kids at their level, skill drill sessions. We're going to have a draft. Hopefully we get to play a little bit just to see where they're at. And, but again, most importantly, it's a structured, a safe environment for the kids to learn with some very great minds that's involved who's going to help give back to these kids as well.
For us right now, today, it's about evaluating the talent and kind of putting kids where they fit in based on their skill level, their age groups. And I think tonight, once we get past all of the evaluations, we'll do some teaching, fundamentals, and then hopefully we can do all the preparation, all the things we need for the start of the league that's coming up next year.
So on hoops from the NBA, VJ Edgecombe with a pair of strong showings over in Dubai in preseason action for the Philadelphia 76ers. The team is back on U.S. soil, gearing up tonight to take on the Magic. Edgecombe recently spoke about some of the advice he's received from the veterans on the team.
Yeah, having PG, Joe, all of them around. I mean, they're superstars in the league. That's something I want. That's something I want to be when I get there. Obviously it's going to take time. Working hard, all the little stuff. So yeah, I just try to pick their brain a lot. I ask questions, what they see on the floor, because they have a different perspective from me. This is my first ever NBA game. They've played more than what 6, 7. They played more than 8 seasons. So yeah, I just try to learn from them a lot.
TGYSA volleyball action continuing over at the Donald Davis Gymnasium on Thursday, and junior boys play the HO Nash Lions clashing with the Anatole Rogers Timberwolves. This one would be a quick two-setter that would see the Lions make short work of the Wolves 25-23 and 25-23. We got up with HO Nash head coach Sidleen Justilian post-game.
It was a pretty okay game, but I expected more from the boys. Just to remind them to go back to basics. Passing, setting, and hitting the ball properly. That's a very good team. They hustle. They didn't allow the ball to really drop much. My boys just a little shaky today, you know. I think after this game, they should be able to get it together and do what they're supposed to do.
And the Yankees were eliminated from the playoffs on Wednesday, ending their World Series hopes. Bahamian baseball superstar Jazz Chisholm Jr. playing an integral role in the Yanks' postseason run and for the team all year long. He recently gave his exit interview with the media and spoke about the result.
Very disappointed, you know. I feel like everybody in here believed that we had such a great team and we were the team to beat, and we believe so much in each other that, you know, it's heartbreaking.
From your perspective, why weren't you guys able to get it done against the Blue Jays?
I feel like, at the end of the day, I feel like we played hard out there. We gave it our all, and we just fell short, you know. Still a couple things to get better at, and, you know, just sucks right now.
And that's been your TGI of Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. Enjoy your weekend.
Where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large 1 topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special place.
How many
times would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
You're probably wondering what I'm doing here sitting in our amazing studio. Well, I'm preparing for my new show coming this fall. In Depth with Mukesh Lapinder is a Sunday magazine-style show with timely investigations and deep explorations into the country's ills and triumphs. So join me on Sundays at 10 a.m. this fall for long-form and engaging conversations. And remember, only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And before we leave, let's go over to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean for a check on the tropics and the latest on our weather forecast. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Carvel. In the tropics, Jerry continues to pull away from the northerly islands, but not before leaving behind lots of flooding as a result of some heavy rain showers associated with that system. It has also weakened a bit as it moves now towards the north. And then elsewhere, we're looking at an area of low pressure which should form just off the Florida coast, and that will move towards the north and northeast. Well, again, no problem here for us in the Bahamas, but our live weather radar is showing a pre-fall trough across the northwest Bahamas, and that's providing showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be heavy at times depending on where you are. And as we look at our temperatures around the Farming Islands this evening, 80 degrees in Marshall, Babico, Green Tulkey at 75. Freeport, Grand Bahama, also 75 degrees. 82 degrees in the Berry Islands, 78 in Alistown, Bimini, 83 in Harbor Island, Roxani, Lutra at 80, Otterstown, Cat Island, 83, 85 in Black Point, Exuma, also Kemp Space, Andros at 85. Up in Fresh Creek, we have 89 degrees there. 83 in San Salvador and in Rum Key, Georgetown, Exuma at 88 degrees. And then we pick up some 87s in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Magona, 85, Actons, 85, Matthew Town, Inagua, 81 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. Your forecast tonight, we are looking at cloudy with a couple of thunderstorms. Eventually, we're looking at some breezy conditions with a couple of showers developing later on tonight with your low temperature around 77 degrees. And tomorrow, It's going to be cloudy again and a bit on the windy side with a couple of showers, and even a thunderstorm will pop up again in the late morning and early afternoon hours with a high temperature climbing up to 86 degrees. Extended weather forecast looking like this. Still a bit wet through Saturday. Sunday looks a lot better with a lot more sunshine in the forecast, but that will be short-lived, as by Monday we will see some more showers and gray skies returning, and then by Tuesday and Wednesday or Thursday, that is when things will gradually start to improve with temperatures in the upper 80s during the daytime, and we're looking at those mid-70s during the nighttime. Carvel?
Thank you, Basil. That is our broadcast for this Friday night, for this week. LaDon Davis and team will be with you all holiday weekend long. I'm Corvell Pyfrom, and for all of us, take care, be well, and we'll see you soon. Good night.
After 66 steps, I'm Matea Cunningham. This is ZNS.
Stay.